Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive deep into a card that's, well, it's all about that grind. You know, the satisfying, gritty, and ultimately amazing feeling of pure, focused effort. We are talking about the Eight of Pentacles, the card that really gives us a masterclass and what it means to work hard and achieve mastery.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What does it really take to become a master at something? I mean, really, is it just about raw talent or maybe pure luck? Or is it something else? Well, the Eight of Pentacles has a pretty clear answer. It tells us it's a journey, an apprenticeship that really any one of us can decide to start.
When you get right down to it, the Eight of Pentacles is really the card of the craftsman. It's all about that period of, just putting your head down with deep commitment and really sticking to it. It's that careful, methodical work that slowly, and I mean slowly, turns a simple passion into something real, into true, undeniable expertise. Okay, so first up, let's look at Section 1, the Path of Mastery. This is all about the apprentice's focused and successful journey, that positive, rewarding path where all that effort really, truly pays off.
So when this card shows up upright, it's just buzzing with positive energy. We're talking about hard work and dedication really leveling up into mastery and expertise. And from there, it's like a ripple effect, right? You get quality craftsmanship, which leads to a new job or business, and then real accomplishment. It all comes from that attention to detail, and yep, it often leads to financial security. It's pretty much the perfect outcome when you apply focus the right way.
Look, mastery is absolutely not an overnight thing. No way. It's a very deliberate, step-by-step process. So, step 1, diligent work, just methodically applying yourself to the task at hand. Then, you start honing in on the details, getting your concentration super sharp. And you know what happens next? You start achieving real quality, and your work earns a great reputation. And finally, you get to reap the rewards. And we're talking about more than just money here. This is about gaining real confidence, success, and that deep feeling of accomplishment.
Okay, so in your career, pulling this card is a fantastic omen. Seriously. It could be pointing to a new job, a successful business you're starting, or that moment you finally become a recognized specialist in your field. You can almost think of it as the universe giving you a big thumbs up, acknowledging all your effort. Maybe it shows up as a scholarship, a new certification, or just plain old well-deserved recognition.
But hey, this isn't just about your career. In love, it's all about putting in the work. The Eight of Pentacles is a sign that the effort you're investing in your relationship is actually paying off. It means you and your partner are building something really solid, working together towards shared goals. Now, there is a little caution here, just a reminder to balance all that hard work with some real quality time together.
And of course, let's talk about one of the most tangible outcomes of all this hard work, financial security. All that careful planning, all that focused effort, it wasn't just for practice. This card is basically confirming that your hard work is paying off, big time, leading you straight to a place of financial comfort and real stability.
But of course, every path has its pitfalls. So in Section 2, we're going to talk about losing the way. This is what happens when the apprentice gets derailed, when the card is reversed. It's where focus gets lost, and all that amazing potential for mastery gets, well, dangerously misplaced.
And while the contrast is pretty stark, isn't it? The reversed card is basically the polar opposite of the upright. It's pointing to a lack of effort or focus, which, you guessed it, leads to shoddy workmanship and just mediocrity. This can show up as a dead-end job, feeling financially insecure, or even straight-up laziness. It's the classic path of unfulfilled potential.
When you put these two paths side by side in a career context, it becomes crystal clear. On one hand, you got expertise, quality, a great reputation. On the other, mediocrity, shoddy work, and a bad reputation. The stakes are really, really high, and the only thing separating them is the quality and focus of your effort. That's it.
Now here's what's so fascinating about this reversed card. It warns of two totally opposite but equally destructive extremes. On one end of the spectrum, you have laziness, doing nothing at all. And on the other end, you have workaholism, doing nothing but work. Two sides of the same imbalanced coin. So let's take a closer look at that second extreme, workaholism. I mean, when your work-life scale is tipped this dramatically, everything else is going to suffer. It's just inevitable. You might become obsessed with material things while your health, your family, your relationships, they all end up paying the price. It's a kind of imbalance that you can't maintain it long term.
And then, on the other side of that coin, you've got mediocrity. This is what happens when there's just no ambition, no concentration. It's the natural result of being careless or just rushing through things. You know that feeling of spreading yourself too thin, trying to do everything at once? Well, that's what leads to failure. And believe me, a bad reputation isn't far behind.
And a thing like this kind of imbalance, it never just stays at the office, right? It creeps into every single part of your life. In your love life, a lack of effort can lead to boredom and a total lack of commitment. With your health, it can swing to wild extremes, like obsessive dieting or complete neglect of your body. And with your finances, we're talking overspending, debt, falling for scams, or even becoming super materialistic.
All right, so we've seen the two paths, mastery on one side, mediocrity on the other. For our final section, let's bring it all home and figure out the core lesson here. What is it that the apprentice, and really all of us, is supposed to learn from this?
And this really brings us to the heart of it all. The card's biggest lesson isn't just about working hard, it's about mindful effort. So what's that? It means you're consciously, deliberately applying your skills with real attention and dedication, and you're doing it for a goal that actually means something to you. It's the huge difference between just being busy and being truly purposeful.
So, when it comes right down to it, the big takeaway from the Eight of Pentacles is this. It's not just about what you do, it's about how you do it. True, lasting mastery, the kind that actually feels fulfilling, it's built on three key things: quality, dedication, and balance. That right there, that's the formula. And that leaves us with one last pretty personal question for you to think about. When you look at your own life, your own goals and ambitions, where is it time for you to pick up your tools, focus your attention, and really get to work?